is, you know, what do you see as some of the challenges that the industry is facing right now?
Ah, I mean, it's a bit of a challenge now, I think, because, you know, I think that private investors are really nervous about the market, and to get their investment back. And the big streamers, they seem to have like more and more limited mandates in terms of what they're picking up, like you know um celebrities, crime, and cults, right? And or sports. Sports is definitely like a thing that continues to happen. And that's quite limiting for the type of stories that we could tell. And because there's just like very few places, or not at all. I mean, the last 3 years there were a couple of years where, like, none of the non-celebrity films got picked up. The things are not selling really. So I think that there was a bubble, and hopefully things will adjust. But I don't know. I mean, I sometimes feel that I chose to become a director at the perfect worst time. So we'll see what happens. So I'm a little nervous about that. Um, but it's encouraging to see that people are still like working really hard to make it. But it's really hard for people. Like, for example, I couldn't take the financial risks that I know younger directors, are taking, because I have to put two kids in college like next year, right? So the sustainability of being a director is and a producer is, I think, is hard. I think I'm lucky because I have a craft that is usually paid, that I can fall back into. Um, and and I have achieved enough, like I have, enough experience that I think I would continuously to be higher in interesting films. Um, so yeah, I don't want to sound like too negative. Um, I
Are
think that
there are there developments that you're excited about?
well, so I'm excited. It's, you have to be careful with like all the AI stuff, all the technical stuff, but like it is exciting to see the technical advancements being used creatively. And always, I always with a like journalistic foundation of good research. Like if I see a film that I know has like, a foundation you know, of like really understanding the story, being ethical with both the story and the subjects, and then they're using technology in really interesting creative ways. That's really exciting to me. I mean, like, there is technology now that can actually separate audio from archival, right? So for example, when you had archival from the news and you have a broadcaster talking, you can actually separate the background noise from the person talking. That's amazing, right? So you can even just play with the background noise without, with the actual background noise of that image. So there's, I mean, stuff like that. I mean, God, I wish I had that when we were working with RBG, right? To be able to like get her voice away from some of the background that we had. So that's exciting, and it's always exciting to see that people just, they just are so passionate for the work that they want to do. And you know and and just to see like great storytellers still working really hard to put their films out there. That's inspiring all the time. Like, I love to see other people's work. I love watching documentaries. Like, I watch documentaries for fun. I'm one of those people, not just for my work, but I also watch crap romantic comedies. But it's really exciting to see people, in this hard market, to see people, making beautiful work.